Breaking news of Gervonta Tank Davis fight announcement coming in a few days. Gervonta stated, and I quote, "I'm starting the summer off with a bang. Fight announcement coming in a few days. I'm about to do some spectacular shit. Hashtag the one, 24-0, 23 KOs. End of the quote. Now, the $1 million question. After the stunt Ryan Garcia pulled, who is Gervonta Tank Davis' next opponent? Especially knowing the fact that Gervonta stated on Twitter his next fight is not going to be at 130 or 135. But peep this, Gervonta stated it's going to be against a champion. So that's going to eliminate a lot of people. Since Tank said, I'm not going to fight at 126, nor 130, nor 135, that only leaves 3 fighters. Josh Taylor, Ramirez, we could go ahead and eliminate them because they are fighting each other supposedly in May for Undisputed, which only leaves the regular WBA champion, Barrios, who is undefeated and is also a TMT fighter. So, in my humble opinion, I truly believe that's who's Gervonta Tank Davis is going to fight next. Now, when it comes to Ryan Garcia, that's a long story. First, it was Devin, then Tank, then Pacquiao, then Tio. At this moment in time, Ryan head is at the clout. I won't be surprised if he calls out Anthony Joshua next.
We heard you fight Anthony Joshua next.
Oh yeah, I want that fight. We're almost done. We're 95% done. And we'll get to...
In all reality, the facts are he was doing everything and anything to get out of the Gervonta Tank Davis fight. Ryan said, I'm the A side. Gervonta Tank Davis gave it to him. He figured that's not going to work, so he used Manny Pacquiao's name to escape the Gervonta Tank Davis smoke. Few moments later, the Pacquiao fight was canceled as soon as negotiations really began. As I reported a month ago, Manny Pacquiao versus Ryan Garcia fight is officially off, which I'm gonna leave the link for that video in the comment section below. But would you guys believe the day the Manny Pacquiao fight was canceled, literally the next day, Ryan Garcia had the audacity to announce on his Instagram that the Manny Pacquiao fight is a real fight, not an exhibition. When the topic of conversation was, forget the exhibition, the news of the day is the Pacquiao fight was canceled. So if I heard about that news and I reported on it, I could guarantee you Ryan Garcia was informed before I was. Plus, my video went viral anyway. So I know Ryan got the memo. Plus, who are we kidding? We live in a social media time where what's new today is old tomorrow. So we know Ryan was completely informed on the Manny Pacquiao fight being canceled. However, he continued to pretend that fight was taking place for nearly a month after the fact the Pacquiao fight was announced to be canceled. Then Ryan Garcia wants to act surprised when his own promoter called him a clout chaser when he was informed that Ryan announced the Manny Pacquiao fight, in which he stated, that's just for Instagram, said Oscar De La Hoya. Imagine your own promoter is calling you a clout chaser. I wouldn't be too surprised if Oscar wasn't Ryan's promoter. He would have called him an Instagram champion. Like I said before, the moral of the story, Ryan used Gervonta Tank Davis' name to justify ducking Devin Haney since he's Devin Haney mandatory. Then he used Manny Pacquiao name to escape the Gervonta Tank Davis fight. Then Golden Boy started using Teofimo Lopez's name to save face for Ryan not fighting Manny Pacquiao, while clout chasing out of every single name in the process. then the plan in the moment in time is to wait everyone out to announce a fight, then say, well, Gervonta already have a fight coming up. Devin already have a fight coming up. T.O. already have a fight coming up. Manny Pacquiao, Ryan is not ready. When in reality, Ryan is not ready for anybody. Because truth be told, Devin is still available. Tank is still available. If Ryan was sincere. However, like I said before, clout is a hell of a drug. Now, it's one thing to clout chase. However, it's another thing to lie. And Ryan Garcia, regardless of how much people admire him, the moment you get caught lying time and time again, that's the moment you will lose a bunch of respect automatically. You can ask Tia. He's an expert when it comes to that. Now, I told you guys before, when T.O. was claiming he signed a contract, I believed him. When T.O. said, I'm going to fight Devin next, I believed him. Just like I believed Ryan when he said he was going to fight Gervonta next. However, they both made me look like a fool because T.O. never signed a contract and Ryan still lying till this day. Now, for the people that may wonder, how do you know Gervonta is not fighting Ryan next since the Pacquiao fight is canceled, right? Well, the answer is very simple. First of all, Gervonta stated on Twitter he fighting a champion. We all know Ryan is everything and anything but a champion. Second of all, Ryan yesterday did a bunch of interviews at Canelo Alvarez cherry pick of the decade against a fighter coming off a lost and 2-year layoff, Avini. Ryan stated that the Pacquiao fight is canceled. He finally want to admit the truth, that he was pretty much clout chasing the whole time. Then when he was asked, well, what about Gervonta then? Have you guys started negotiating with Gervonta? Ryan responded by stating, I really can't talk about it. You guys going to find out a couple months from now.
There was firstly talk about Manny Pacquiao. Can you kind of update us on where everything kind of landed with that?
Yeah, it got as close as it could get. Honestly, my people were telling me that everything fell through because of certain things on Manny's end that I don't really talk about. I don't care to talk about. All I know is he's a legend.
Now, talk to me about Tank. I know that's another fight you would love to have next. Have you had any kind of negotiations about that?
I mean, you're going to see what happens. I mean, I can't really speak on anything too much, but just know in the coming probably month or two, you'll see who I'm going to be fighting.
That's the moment I found out the cap is real, because this is coming from a guy that pulled out of the Gervonta Tank Davis negotiations and announced a Manny Pacquiao fight when the fight was 1% done. It was 1% during negotiations, and he automatically announced the fight to the world. However, now all of a sudden, when it comes to Gervonta, he don't even want to tell the world if they are negotiating or not. What changed? You best believe if Ryan was negotiating with Tank, he would have announced the fight. He would have said, yes, I'm fighting Gervonta Tank Davis next. We all know what time it is. Ryan is simply playing the waiting game. This is the witness protection franchise ducking tactic 101 on page 25. Wait your opponent out on the coincidental list until he announces a fight, then blame the fight not taking place on him while continuing to clout chase off his name. This is what Ryan is trying to pull off. But sadly for Ryan, the truth is already documented by new media's Akhi. Now, what's sad about this whole incident is that Ryan cost Manny Pacquiao WBA super title. Pacquiao was so sincere about the fight that it was Manny Pacquiao who reached out to Golden Boy in order to make the fight happen. He was so sincere about making the fight with Ryan that he was willing to get stripped of his WBA title to make the fight come to fruition. However, Ryan had the audacity to blame the fight not taking place with Pacquiao on Pacquiao. And his answer was, I really don't want to talk about it. Yeah, you don't want to talk about it because you have no legit excuse. You never heard anybody from Pacquiao camp say, oh, we don't want the Ryan Garcia fight. But we heard everyone in Ryan Garcia team claim they do not want the Gervonta fight nor the Manny Pacquiao fight. Let's take it a step further. A member of Golden Boy, they blocked a member of Manny Pacquiao team on Twitter. Let that sink in. Now, who do you believe? Ryan or Pacquiao? With all the facts presented, even if the facts were not presented, we know Ryan had a wake-up call when he got dropped against Luke Campbell, who's not a puncher, because he was negotiating with Gervonta, supposedly, right? Then out of nowhere, he announces the Pacquiao fight when it was 1% done. Now, at the professional level where Ryan is at, you don't just announce a fight while negotiating with two different mega stars. You actually use that as leverage to get a better deal on the negotiations table. That's what Manny Pacquiao did for years. But Ryan completely pulled out of the Tank fight for a Pacquiao fight that was nowhere near done. Let that also sink in. That's just a further proof that Ryan was completely lying from the jump. So there's no telling who Gervonta Tank Davis is fighting next. I will be highly surprised if Ryan is next, because Ryan, he stated, I will be announcing something in the few upcoming months. You guys going to know. On the other hand, Gervonta stated he's about to announce his fight in the upcoming days. Therefore, the rumors might be true after all. Ryan is probably looking to fight Fortuna next, after completely avoiding Gervonta Tank Davis and Manny Pacquiao. So like Eddie told Ryan, if it's not Gervonta, if it's not Manny Pacquiao who you going to fight next, then you should fight Devin Haney, since you are Devin Haney mandatory. You fought Luke Campbell to become Devin Haney mandatory. You the interim champion, right? Who turns down an opportunity to fight a champion as a mandatory? Therefore, if Ryan does not fight Devin nor Tank, he might as well fight Jake Paul, because he's racing to become a YouTube boxer, a YouTube star, not a champion in the boxing world. Nevertheless, it's looking like Gervonta is going to fight Mario Barrios, the undefeated WBA world champion, in which if Gervonta is successful, he will become a 3-time world champion in 3 different divisions simultaneously. The only bad news for Tank is the regular WBA title is not considered the world title by the organization. They recognize the super title as the real title, in which that's the one that Josh Taylor holds. With that being stated, drop your thoughts in the comment section below, subscribe below, and click on the notification bell to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, Akhi TV. Peace, and we out you.
Hold it. Who do you guys want? Who do you guys want? Which one? We want Tank. We want Tank. You hear them? Let's go.
Tank, I'm going to say it in front of Mike and Jeremy. If you do not take this fight, your legacy is forever tainted. Nobody
I mean, nobody will
damn.
ever remember your name. Nobody. The money's there. I know you love money. The money's there.
damn.
If you don't take the fight next, your whole legacy forever is tainted if you don't take the next fight with me.
God damn, Tang. I ain't never heard no shit like this.
You 5'5", you don't need a ladder to hit me. You're gonna need a Stairmaster. Boy, you won't be able to touch me. You ain't never fought a 135 in your life. Just different. Just, I don't care what you say. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Boy, I don't care. You too ugly to be off fucking kid. And that's what Muhammad Ali. Boy, I'm pretty. You ain't never seen nothing like me, I promise you. You gonna go down. You see me with the bow tie, man. 2 rounds all gonna take. You can talk to Mike. Have a good time with Mike.
Yeah, this shit, man.
This shit, man. On me. Oh, don't worry. You can, hey, yeah, hit me with that shot. You're gonna need a Stairmaster, boy.
Yes.
Hey, keyword, would've. If.
Can your next fight be with this nigga, man? What the nigga, we on worldwide television. Can you fight this nigga talking mad shit, man?
Let's go! Let's go! Hey, sign in 1,000. Hey, look at me. I'm dancing. I'm happy. Look at I'm dancing bachata on you. I'm dancing bachata. Hey! I'm happy. Let's go. Let's get it on, baby. Let's get it on.
Hey, man, you gotta do something, man. You gotta let him talk the next fight. You gotta let this nigga talk this shit. Look at him, man.
Woo! Let's go, Tay. Let's go. Bang, there you go.
Hey everybody, just want to make it real clear, my fight with Pacquiao will not be an exhibition. It will be a real fight, shooting for 12 rounds, all on the line, our records on the line. Just want to make that very clear for everybody with confusion.